Definitely windy out here as we're in Idaho Springs, Colorado.
Yep.
Not Idaho, but Idaho Springs, Colorado.
Yep.
We've been to a lot of spring towns recently, Rock Springs and Idaho Springs,
yeah.
but we're here in the infamous mining town. Again, home
infamous?
to...
You always use
famous.
the word infamous.
Oh, okay, famous. Fine. Again, words. It is what it is. But we're here in the town that's known for the largest gold, at least find, I think across the world is what it said. So, and behind us is the Argo mining, at least old operation, which is not in use anymore, but they do tours. But we just checked out the center.
That's a nice little museum inside.
Very knowledgeable, at least lady as well,
yes,
too.
Yes, she was amazing.
So
we'll have to get her name.
I think it was Lily, if I remember the name tag. But we're gonna go check out the rest of Idaho Springs before we move further into the mountains to at least Breckenridge is our end stop today. So let's do it. There it is. We're going up in elevation at 7,500 feet. We're heading to the downtown district now. Do we need to go whitewater rafting today?
No.
No. It's kind of a cloudy day, but it's pretty nice. Pretty cool up here. There it is, the old Colorado and Southern steam train. Cool.
Very cool.
And as we were informed, you can climb, you can at least get on top of it and
do photo ops.
Yeah. All the fun stuff.
That is really cool.
Look at the old smokestack, kind of damaged.
Oh yeah. Imagine how old this is.
The old snow guard, or the snow plow.
Which is necessary in these parts.
Oh yeah. Very cool. It's a train.
You love trains.
Yeah. It's not as big as the big boy, the old steam train, up in Cheyenne, but still cool. I-70's right there behind us. But engine number 60, built by the Rhode Island Locomotive Works in 1886. Wow. It's a very quaint and beautiful mountain town.
It is
like
beautiful.
any other mountain town in Colorado feels like, but small little downtown. And just right there in the hills, or at least the mountains of the Rockies. All right, off to Georgetown.
Yeah.
I thought it was the wind rustling through the mountains as we were hearing, but she's like, no, it's trucks and whatever up there. But we made it to the scenic loop, at least train, which we'll ride here in a few minutes. But again, look at the gorgeous view of like the kind of in-between valley of the mountains here. You excited?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. So there it is, the Loop Railroad. Long ass line that I don't know if we'll have to wait in. So we're getting ready to go get in line for the train.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful view.
We will be having two stops.
Yes.
That first
just
stop
getting
will
the train
be in
itself.
Silver Plume, where we will be having a 15-minute layover. Now it is optional if you wish to
9
step
train
off
cars,
the
and we
train.
got the first.
But if
At
you
least
decide
A lot of
to
people
do
were
so,
going to
you are
the back,
expected
and then
to
people were
re-depart
sitting in the middle cars. I was like, why not
especially
sit up
for those of you
here?
who have a mind.
So again, here we are at the front of the train. Excited.
And very
Front,
excited.
it will be the back because on the way. Well, no, we'll get off, but we'll have to get back on. But
Yes. I'm very excited.
excited. And like I said, we're right there up against the steam train. Ready for the beautiful views. It'll be curious to see how it is compared to the Cripple Creek train and also to the Pikes Peak Cog Railway. So.
You see, folks, this movement is intentional, and we complete it for 2 reasons. By using this lower track, we will be backing underneath the high bridge of our tracks. And once those 2 points intersect, we will be completing the loop section of our line. And once we go up the mountain, we'll be tying that proverbial knot in several short minutes. We built some new winters of 1883 and 1884 of cast and wrought iron at $250,000. Now, 100 years later, this new bridge was built in the summers of 1983. Before I do so, one request, and that is for everyone to have your train tickets out and ready, so that myself and your conductor may come through and give them a validation punch. stop at our original station. Now, folks, friendly advisement as we pull into the station to please find your seats and to make sure to keep all body parts inside the train. Now, our departure time will be around 1.
Alright, so we made it to the summit point, or at least the stop point.
Silver Plume.
Silver Plume, 9,000 feet. As the train will disconnect from us and at least get some water. Just because it's a steam train, but it's been fun.
It has been. It's beautiful. I love.
And off it goes. Now, again, we have to go back down, but is Cog Railway, again, how's this compared to the other two that we've taken?
I don't know. The
Cog Railway is number one for me, because that's going all the way to the mountain. Yeah, at least we saw some incredible views.
that was amazing. Oh, yeah. This is fun. This is a cute little side adventure.
Yeah.
It's not anything like crazy. It's just.
It's fun. It's a nice day out before we head back to Texas.
It's nice that it's kind of overcast. It's kind of sprinkly. It's not too hot. Perfect day.
Yeah. Getting it all refilled the old school way.
A nice big old 500-gallon drink of water. Or she'll be passing by the train. Feel free to wave hi to our hardworking crew, but please no high fives.
That's cool.
Like the GBNL is narrow gauge. That is, the rails have a physical gap of 3 feet apart. Although most railroads in our country, like BNSF or Amtrak, have a physical gap of 4 feet and 8.5 inches. And powder
There's Sasquatch.
and then blast them into pieces small enough to be moved by hand or
We found him.
Found Sasquatch.
Difficult to celebrate their 25th anniversary. So if I could have everyone give them a nice round of applause on that beautiful, beautiful marriage. About my favorite segment, that'd be our train itself. You see, folks, the equipment.
Little quaint downtown Georgetown. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. I wish more things were open.
Yeah. For a Monday in the summertime, yeah. It's very cool to see like the old 1800 style, at least downtown buildings still upkept. Fortunately, the prices don't reflect the 1800s, but oh well.
Yeah.
Look at this little guy. How'd you like to drive a train like this?
I feel like he's not qualified.
Mm-hmm. So we made it to Central City, Colorado to see their stats. I like average IQ of 101.
Isn't that genius?
Yeah, I think it's average.
Okay.
There's 0 big shots, 3 troublemakers, 1 brewery. I like it. All right, let's go check out the old-timey, kind of Old West 1800s feel. Definitely has that old school vibe. Old West vibe. A lot of debauchery happening in this town.
Now that you're here.
Yeah.